Topless presents 6 nurses who abuse their patients. Number 6. Lane's Angels of Death. The Lane's Angels of Death were 4 nurses working at the Lane's Hospital in Vienna. They were Waldred Wagner, the head angel, Irene Ladolf, Maria Gerber, and Stefjana Meyer. They started killing in 1983 and, like so many others, claimed that they'd kill patients out of pity. But as all of their patients were over 75, their kills went unnoticed. They had invented their own murder method. While one held the victim's head and pinched their nose, the other would pour water into the victim's mouth until they drowned in their bed. Since elderly patients frequently have fluid in their lungs, it was an unproved crime. As soon as they realized they could get away with it, they went power mad and began killing patients that they didn't like or that were difficult cases. They were finally caught in 1991 and admitted to killing 49 patients. Police believe this number is far higher, possibly over 200. They could have been caught a lot earlier if the staff of the hospital had been more cooperative in the investigation. Despite the fact that they admitted to killing so many of their patients, all 4 women have been released on good behavior. Wagner and Ladolf were released in 2008, having served longer sentences as they were the driving force behind the syndicate. Gerber and Meyer had already been released. Not only were the women released, which caused outrage in Australia, but they were also issued new identities so they could start up new lives. Number 5. Busted for taking pictures. A nurse named Kristen Johnson took pictures of unconscious Upstate University Hospital patient's penis with her smartphone. In addition to photographing the male patient's genitalia, Johnson used her iPhone to take video of another nurse cleaning an incapacitated female patient's gastrointestinal blood clots. Officials began investigating after Johnson's co-worker complained that she captured images of 2 patients and sent them via text message. Johnson initially faced a felony charge, but it was later reduced. But she was forced to give up her license and is required to spend 3 years on probation. Number 4. Forced sex. In September 2014, John Cantone, then 60, a former heart patient at the Christ Medical Center in Oakview, Illinois, had filed a lawsuit against the hospital claiming he was raped by a 33-year-old nurse ahead of a heart transplant surgery. John Cantone said that at 9 p.m. on October 12, 2012, Rachel Shaper entered his Advocate Christ Medical Center room and initiated unsolicited sexual relations, including intercourse with Cantone while he lay in compromised health. Cantone was reportedly medicated with various drugs and under electronic monitoring at the time. The complainant states that as a result of Shaper's battery, Cantone suffers injury and damages of personal and pecuniary nature. The nurse had since been reprimanded by state authorities for failing to disclose that she had lost her previous job for misconduct involving a patient. John Cantone and his wife's lawsuit seek excess of $200,000 for injuries and damages, including to their marital and sexual relations, and damages of personal and pecuniary nature. Number 3. Sexual assault. Julie Henson is suffering in a vegetable state at the Cherry Hills Healthcare Center and cannot speak or walk. Julie is the victim of a prank gone wrong. In 2011, a co-worker pulled the chair out from underneath her at work. The family of a woman in a vegetable state was desperate to find signs of life, so they set up video cameras. Unfortunately, they didn't catch the signs they were looking for, but they did catch an unthinkable assault on their loved one. Paul Bugaric, a 34-year-old nursing assistant in Colorado, was caught sexually assaulting Julie Henson multiple times. Bugaric has been sentenced to 15 years for sexually assaulting a patient. Number 2. Nursing Home Horror. A 24-year-old Finnish male nurse has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for raping 27 elderly patients aged between 74 and 100. The rapes took place in 2013 and 2014 in an undisclosed hospital in patient's bed or the lavatory. The 27 rapes and 2 coercions to sexual assault led the court to consider a 12-year term. However, the sentence was shortened since the man fully cooperated with the investigation over crimes which had no external witnesses and which the victims were unable to reveal due to their condition. The elderly victims suffered from dementia, and some of them were physically disabled. Number 1. The Angel of Death. Daniela Poggelli, an Italian nurse nicknamed the Angel of Death, is arguably one of the worst serial killer nurse ever. She confessed to killing at least 38 patients because she simply found them annoying. Police even found photos of her standing next to the dead patients giving the thumbs up sign. When she became annoyed with the patients, or sometimes their relatives, she would inject them with a high level of potassium. 36 of 86 of her patients died within a 3-month period. When the police came to arrest her, they were amazed by her cold reaction. She received a life sentence. So, which nurse do you believe shocked you most? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We promise it'll be worth it.